What's going on, everybody, man? You already know, man. This is your boy DJ Enjetic, man, and I am here with
Chill, CEO of Maverick Global. Let me rephrase that. Co-owner of Maverick Global Distribution.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, man, how did you come up with that name? Because I love that name, Maverick Distribution. That name is dope, my G.
Maverick Global Distribution. Actually, my partners and I came up with that together.
Okay.
Myself, Shantae Hefford, and Just Jay Wilkerson, the CEO of Hype Magazine, as well as Adrian Ridley.
So my question to you is, what made you guys come up with this idea, like for like distribution? Because that's a very noble idea, and I want you to tell the people too as well what you guys do in your distribution.
Okay. So one day, my partner Jay and I, we were talking, and we were just discussing some things concerning, business with the Hype magazine.
Okay.
And she asked me, she said, man, what do you think about a distribution company? And I say, you must be reading my mind, because I've been sitting up here contemplating on that myself for the last few days. Because the thing about it is that in the past, a lot, we both have been in the business for decades. you know
Well, real quick though, how long have you been in the business for?
33 years.
Wait, I gotta take my glass for that one. What did you just say?
33 years.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
My
Yes, sir.
boy saw the CDs, the DVDs,
That's right. That's right.
the
That's right.
VH1s.
The ones where you had to take one and that was it. It was over with. You
That's
didn't.
true, man. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. Yeah. Started out in
Okay.
Chicago, Illinois. South side.
Whoa, that's where you guys began.
Well, that's where I began.
Okay.
33, 34 years ago.
Mm.
Morgan Park. But we, as a company, Maverick Global Distribution, we actually began headquartered out of Atlanta.
Oh, so you guys, the headquarters, is it still in Atlanta or
Yeah,
is
it's still
okay?
in Atlanta. We have a few areas. One in Atlanta, that's the big headquarters, and then we have Vegas, and then we have Chicago, Wisconsin area.
Look at this man. He expanded everywhere.
Yeah. We're moving. That's for sure. We're
No,
moving.
definitely you are, man. And right now you're in New York. Right now you're right here. Everybody's hearing you right now in New York.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
I
love
want
New York.
9, Long
Um,
Island, New York.
that's
DNA
what's up.
93.7.
Yes, sir.
But listen, I just want to, let's get back to what we're saying. So can you explain to everybody what your distribution company does?
Okay, so Maverick Global Distribution, our nickname or cliche, the evolution of distribution. We're a music distributor. Okay.
Mhm.
What makes us so special out of the other distribution companies out there is that, one, most distribution companies start out are tech companies. A lot of people don't know that. They're tech
Mm.
companies. And you have to ask yourself, what does a tech company know about the music business? Right?
Mm.
See, what happens is these tech companies, they will go and subcontract out music promoters, like marketing companies, to engage with their packages. They would get their packages and then upsell it to the artists, you know, and say, hey, we're gonna sell this to you, and we're gonna even help you do this and help you do that, and this and that and that and this and this and that, right? So you think that you're getting all of this assistance from this distributor, but really what you're getting is A tech company offering you general information or general packages from the promotional and marketing companies, right?
Keep going. I'm loving this, man, because you know what you're telling everybody? Like, listen, man, with our company, you got real people that been in the industry that understand the industry and not, no offense, a Poindexter just sitting there putting your music on and saying that
Bingo.
he's distributing you.
Bingo. Now, this is the catch, right? I hate it when people say, we'll give you these promotional packages. That's the most common phrase in this industry now. I got these great promotional packages for you. Okay, you got promotional packages for me. First of all, how can you package me if you've never heard my music?
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard what he just said. He said basically you were being conned. Like, because you don't know. How can you hold up real quick? Now, if you're a real artist and you actually know thing in the business, is something called marketing. And basically what he's saying is, because to the people that don't understand is, he's saying that my company makes sure we listen to the music first because then we know where to put you.
Exactly. We tailor the campaign according to the product. I can't place you in the same blogs or websites or radio shows or any of that as I would the next man because you're two totally different demographics. How do I even know where you sit if I don't know how you sound?
That is so funny because you know you got a lot of these, and I like the and I don't even care. You got a lot of these, just basically okay, pay me money real quick, and then boom, be on the same 15 blogs going down, and then. But that's something great to hear that you actually take your guys' time. You guys sit there. You guys know the marketing because you've been in this game for 33 years, correct?
Yes, I
So
have.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you understand if you hear an artist and he sounds with this melodic sound, then you got a hardcore rapper, then you got an R&B singer, you might have a pop singer, you might have a rock singer. You can't put them in, you know what I mean, in certain blogs and certain captions.
And see, that's the beautiful thing about Maverick. All four of us, my other partners and myself, we all have our niche. Okay. And all of us are very much provenly skilled at what we do. And we all have 20 to 30 plus years in the business. So when you come to us, we've seen the evolution from the CDs to the digital era, right? And we combine that the grind and attitude and grassroots foundation of the old school and apply it with the technology of the new. There's a lot of different things that you can do with today's technology, but just like in the old way, if it's not applied correctly, if there is not a marketing strategy involved, it will not be effective, period. That's why a lot of artists fail.
Like my thing with Maverick, right? This is a question I want to ask you now as an artist, as a DJ. I go and I put my music up there, right? How long does it take, like, you guys to basically sit there and actually take a real look at it? Like, people want to know that. Like, how long would it take?
So when you come to Maverick, okay, you come to Maverick and you say, okay, look, I got some music that I want to put up here, okay, and I want to go ahead and see what you guys can do with it. First things first, we lay out our whole shindig for you, okay? We start you out with a 90-10 split in the door. door. No ifs, ands, or buts, right?
Mm.
Then we place you on up to 100 to 120 different DSPs across the country and the world.
Can you do me a favor? Can you explain to everybody what a DSP is?
Okay, so DSPs, your digital service providers, they're like Spotify, Apple Music. You've got, YouTube, all these different platforms that your digital sound recording, I'm being technical now, is placed on, so that when it is played, you can receive the proper mechanical royalties
There you go.
that you are due.
There you go. That's the thing when I keep telling people, always remember your royalties and mechanical royalties. Okay, so keep going on. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on, let's keep going on.
So this is what we do. All right. 90-10 split in the door. Now, what we're going to say to you is, okay, now you're with us. This is what we're going to do for you in the door before we even hear your music. We want to not only have you as an artist, but I'm sure you know about 5 to 10 people that you can refer over to us, correct? Yeah, I know about 5 to 10. Great. This is what we'll do. For every person you refer to us that signs up, we will give you 5% on the back end. So we're going to take from our 10% that we're receiving, we're going to split that in half and give you 5 from each artist that you sign up, watch this, in perpetuity, meaning forever. So if you turn around and you sign up 100 people within a year, right? We have right now people on our platform that have signed up close to 60, 70, 80 to 100 people. Every single one of those people, you will receive 5% on the back end coming from us of their royalty, of our royalty, really, because it's coming from us. It doesn't affect the artists because they still got their 90.
You know how amazing that is? Because there's so many platforms that take 15, that try to like 15 to 20, and just hearing a 90-10 split, and then you guys for the referrals for other artists, you guys only take 5%. Artists, if you guys are listening to us right now, that's an amazing, honestly, deal, because you might be sitting there right now on platforms not even realizing you might have a 15 or 20, and you won't even realize it. This man is giving you a 90-10. You know how amazing that is?
Now watch this. I'm not even done. We will also, for you to come to us, and when you initially sign up, I will give you free unlimited uploads all year for $30. One flat fee, $30. Unlimited. I got people right now that are putting up records every week, literally, to break the algorithm.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Another person actually told me the same exact thing. He said, you got to put out every week.
Yeah, it's a marketing strategy. It's about breaking that code, that algorithm. Now, other things that we do, I have a conference call that I do every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, called the Come Clean Industry Conference Call, where we bring together DJs from all of the coalitions, Nerve, Fleet, Coalition, Core, all of them. We bring them all together on one call, along with other tastemakers, influencers, things of that nature. And we listen to your music, break it down, critique it like any other coalition call, correct? And then after we do that, You know, if the DJs like what they hear or whatever, you never know what's going to happen. Like on the last call, we had a ton of different, you know, people get their music placed on other platforms other than our platform. So, but this is the catch with that platform. Our second half of our call is called the grassroots music seminar portion. And that's named after a tour that I do, which is where I teach and we do workshops and we teach about the business of music, okay, industry, okay. But this second half, we pick a topic every week. It's a different topic. And we teach about the topic, what it means, how to apply it. And then we go into the experience of everybody on the call, the veterans that have been doing this for years. So now you not only learn what this is about, say like 1 week we did licensing and the different types of licensing. And we talked about, okay, how can that be applied? In what cases? Give some examples. And then we had the veterans come on board and say, look, this is what I learned from my experience. We taught you the textbook terms. So now we're going to teach you the experience and what to look out for, what scams are out there, how to avoid them, things of that nature.
Wow, that's you know what? You know what's something, man, that really blew my mind because that shows that you really care
Oh,
about the artist and the
oh,
development to the artist to the platform.
oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
don't
And
wow.
we're not even done, bro.
Keep going.
On Tuesdays, every Tuesday, my partner, Jay, just Jay, shout out Hype Magazine, and which I'm the senior music editor for as well. She has something, a thing called Ignite Your Life. It is based on financial literacy. We teach artists about business credit, your personal credit, real estate development. We have some of the best in the industry come on the call and go through different things with you, hand by hand, literally taking you by your hand and showing you different things. See, our goal at Maverick is not just to put your music out on a platform. Our goal is to develop you as an entrepreneur.
So you're telling me right now you guys are basically doing artist development in Mavericks oh my goodness. Guys, this man is doing what they used to do in major labels, and that was called artist development. So what they do is they see every time you put out a song and see how it's going and going and going. Bro, that's ingenious. And you're putting them in pools, record pools.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, I developed
Ingenious.
about 3 weeks ago. We just launched it, and man, it is going crazy right now. It's called the Maverick Artist Rollout. No distribution company that I know of on this planet takes the artists on their platform and gives them a rollout. Okay. What we do is that we say, okay, look, we have what's called Maverick Music Mondays, where you go to our Instagram at Maverick Global Distribution. That's at Maverick Global Distribution or Distro, at Maverick Global Distro on Instagram. You go to that Instagram, and what you do is that the artist comes on, they join the Instagram, one of our A&Rs, she goes and she interviews you. She talks to you about what you're doing in your space, who you are as a person, so that the people can get to know who you are. Okay? Really get into you as a person. Then we get into your music. You know,
That's ridiculous. That's not saying ridiculous, but that's amazing because like everything that you're saying, I'm like, whoa, so you got draft pools, artist development, sitting there, like there's okay to the people. Look, man, I gotta take off the glasses again because you don't get that with the other platforms. They just put your music on, and you have to be the one out there to go. These people are literally not saying taking your hand, but they're like, listen, there's so many things that you could do. What made you guys think about that?
As we were developing Maverick, we all came together and just brainstormed and said, what is the industry missing? Why is it that last year we were 40% in the red? What are we lacking? And the biggest thing that we're lacking is knowledge. See, this is what people don't understand. All of these beefs going on in the business right now. The biggest beef that I'm hearing about between the artists and the DJs, right? And it's crazy. It's starting to spread like cancer.
Is it still? Listen, I don't want to get on that topic because I already know what it's about.
Well, I was just I'm saying that because I'm not going to get into the beef.
No, not into the beat, but I'm trying to say though, when I'm trying to say, I'm just shocked because you guys are all the way out there and it's starting to trickle down. That's all I'm asking.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But the biggest problem is that the lack of knowledge. Because if the artist knew what they were supposed to do in the first place, marketing wise, to get themselves established where there would be no question of them getting paid because they would have the web presence. They would have the DJ packs already prepared. They would have their business in order. Then there would be nothing to even argue
about. Yeah, 100%. With wow, man. So you're saying, okay, I want to do now. Is there a number where I call you guys up and be like, look, I'm ready to get my album? Do you guys have a block placements? Do you guys have basically like? Do you guys have anything? Like, you guys have any of that? You guys have that, right? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Right now, we have where you can go and like a lot of people hit me up on Instagram because even though I am a co-owner, I am accessible. That's another thing. When's the last time you were able to pick up a phone or get on Instagram and speak to the owner of DistroKid or Tune?
I'm sorry, like that right there. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Dude, you're making me as being a DJ / artist going like, you know what? I'm about to go right here. I'm about to go with them because they seem like they really do care for the artist. You know what I mean? This doesn't seem like a sales pitch. This seems like this is what I do and this is what I care about, the future of music.
Exactly. So with the rollout, going back to the rollout, because I don't want to miss this.
Let's go.
With the rollout, the Maverick Music Mondays is just the beginning. Because within the rollout, that's the start. Now we have another 10 to 15 other different platforms that have partnered up with us to put you on. Different other conference calls, radio shows, syndicated radio shows, other different types of things that you go on. The rollout itself's value is anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. We're only saying we want $100. And the reason why we're even charging you $100 is because we want you to have instilled in your mind that this still is a business. And in business, nothing is free.
Say that again, partner.
In business, nothing is free.
See, I try to explain to people and they go, yo, do this for me and that. And it's like, is this the music business or the music freebie? What's it
And
called?
see, another thing is, even when you get up to the levels where you're dealing mainstream and you barter, right? You're still not doing nothing for free because you have something to give. If you're going to come to me and say, look, bro, I need you to do this for me. I want you to do this for me. Okay. Then I'm going to look at you and say, okay, well, what can you do for me that I can't do for myself? I can't go as an artist just coming out and go to I'm just gonna give an example, to Yo Gotti and say, bro, I'm the hottest around. I'll give you my music, I'll this and that and that and this, and that's what I got, man. Put me on. Okay. What does that mean? There's a 100 of you out there, 1,000 of you out there that believe the same thing. Believe the same thing.
Believe in the same thing. Go ahead.
That belief doesn't always turn into currency, my friend. And this is business. And a business is operated by currency. Now, what people have to understand is this is another thing, another thing I want to drop, is that they skip a whole phase in this generation. They want to come and put something up on YouTube and start sharing it on social media and think that that's going to do it. That's going to create their buzz. But they forget that what is the blood? First of all, what are you as an artist? You're a business. And what is the bloodline of a business? Marketing. So if marketing is the bloodline of a business, let's take it with a very quick breakdown. If I'm a business and I'm opening up, right? You're gonna like this breakdown. I'm a shoe store. And what's the first thing I gotta do in being a shoe store? If I'm thinking, okay, I'm a shoe store, what's the first thing I gotta go do? I gotta first set up my legalization as a shoe store. I gotta become either an LLC or something where the government can recognize me as an official business. It's the same thing in the music business. You just don't go to a studio and put on some tracks and say, I'm a rapper. So once you do that, now you got to figure out what type of inventory can I sell within this business for it to make sense. And then when I figure that out, what type of inventory, going back to a musician, am I going to do rap? Am I going to do R&B? Am I going to do pop? What type of inventory, right? Then I got to go and say, okay, what demographic will attract to what I'm trying to sell? See, people want to talk about demographics after the music is released. No. You learn that before you even go and lay the shit down. Excuse my language.
It's
lay
okay.
Lay it down. Okay. You know what you're going to do as you're writing and you create this record and it's on the sheet of paper or whatever. You know in your mind, okay, this is who I'm appealing to. So now that you know this, okay, now that you have your shoes, you know what type of shoes you got in your store. Now you have to create a plan to attract the people to your store at your grand opening.
That's good.
So at the release of your record, you have to put a blueprint together on how to attract your demographic to your platforms that your music is placed on. Point blank, period. All of this is done prior to your release. Before you even release anything, before the doors even open. Now, what you got to do, you got to put together your budget, your pre-budget for your release, for the grand opening. So there's a pre-budget involved. I got to let people know I'm coming. Why? So a grand opening, the first week of sales will count, and it will be my momentum to going into my strategy, my post strategy. So now I'm sitting there. I say I come up with 5, 10 bands. That's pre, right? That's pre. So now I got all this stuff accomplished. I got my 5, 10 bands over here to the side. I went and spent about 4 or 5 bands on getting the music together, which is my inventory. So before I even launch, I'm already 15,000 in the hole. How am I going to get that money back? Well, I'm glad you asked. You take that 5 to 10 bands of your pre-marketing budget, and you get a marketer, not a freaking package person. You get someone that knows marketing. And you say, okay, what should I do and how do I go about doing this? Because I have no analytics to go off of as of yet. So what would make sense and how do I do it? They then put together a plan for you for your official launch. So now your day comes of the launch. You've already spent 3 to 4 weeks strategically placing the budget in different areas of marketing that's needed, different avenues of marketing that's needed to let people know this is coming. It's here. So now the day of, now you have all of these different folks hitting your platform. Hitting your, oh, it's here. It's here. It's open. It's the biggest thing since ice cream. You feel me? Now everybody's hitting it. Bam, 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 bam. It becomes now a machine in its own, where it's starting to develop buzz, right? First week of. That's why now now here comes social media, right? There's this record out. Y'all need to go check it out. Bam. You can plant that yourself. You can have a team of 50 individuals of your closest friends. Just post the thing up. Man, there's this new record. They don't need to say they know you. This is this new record, man. This is hot. Check it out and share it. Ooh. Tag people. Do whatever's needed. Now you spend about a week. You see what's going on within a week or two. And now you go back and you look at some things, check out the analytics. Okay. Now you take the money that you just made, because you not only are just doing it through the music, but you're also doing it through the merch. Why? Because when you open up a store, one of the main things you see in a store, if I'm going to a shoe store, they're also going to sell shoestrings. They're also going to sell soles. They'll sell all sorts of different secondary items where you're not going to leave there unless you buy something. So that's where you got to have the right team that's going to come up and be creative on different things to sell on your platform, so that people will know, dang, this dude not only got music, but he got this, he got this, he got this. I need that. I'll go ahead and grab that. What are you doing? You're developing a whole different revenue stream. And at the same time, if you're smart, you're having them subscribe to your page and you're collecting data. So now, whenever something new comes out, you have a whole list to send out.
So you got like an email thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Yo, that's just you.
Email, right? You develop your own now. This is something that you would do as the independent artist, because my advice to all artists is to go and get. You have to get your own website.
Oh, absolutely. That's
You
like one
know?
of the most important things that people need to do, because it shows that you guys are a real business and you guys are on here and you guys are on point.
Exactly.
Because how is somebody going to type you in Google and then just come over and all they're going to see is the platforms? You got to have something like a base page for them to see who you are.
Exactly. And then once they see that and they buy from you, now you're getting revenue in. You then don't go out and spend the money on jewels and clothes and all that, because then you have no budget. Because you also need, this is where your post budget comes in, your real marketing budget. They say you need 100 to 150 to 200 grand to break a record successfully on a national level. So if you're an independent artist, let's keep it real. Most independent artists ain't got that type of money. So what do? I can take what I have or what I make. I can take 5, 10,000, develop my credit the right way, which, by the way, we do over at Maverick. We have a whole system where you go in and we say, okay, what's your credit looking like? You're at a 630, 650. Okay. We're going to get you up to a 760, 780. We get you up there, then we transfer you over to our finance department, where we have partnerships with actual lenders that will lend you the money based upon your royalties. So instead of struggling to get 5, 10,000, we're going to lend you 50, 60. Now we lend you that 50 or 60 with the clause that you will have to spend the majority of this bread on your marketing.
That's whoa. That's just wait. You're telling me right now that you guys already have people to basically invest in these artists. Like take out, not saying like, well, yeah, kind of, yeah, but taking out
You're
like, well,
investing in yourself.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and we're just teaching you how to do it. We're showing you the blueprint, literally.
So you become your own label.
You become your own business, as you should have been in the first place.
Well, that's ingenious, man. Because I interviewed a lot of people that do a lot of stuff with like distribution, and nobody ever came out and never said that. Wow. Like,
now you could take that 50 or 60 grand and come right back to us, because we are a one-stop shop, and we're going to make sure that you place that money in the right place. Well, what makes me think that you're going to make sure you do it right? Well, we have a crazy track record of doing things right as individuals. And then on top of that, we got as much to lose as you do. Matter of fact, we got more to lose than you do. Why? Because we already gave 5% of our 10% off to the man that referred you.
Wow. So you guys
only getting 5%. So we want to make as much money as possible so we can still be a business. So why wouldn't we go and make sure that you are getting the amount of marketing and the amount of promotions that you need to be a success?
Listen, I'm speechless because I speak to a lot of people, man. They don't have half of that. So for me to even sit here and me to even like, oh yeah, no, that's a really good deal, man. Now you split plus 5, plus they help you get your credit, plus they see that. artists, man, if you guys are hearing this or seeing this, that is phenomenal. You guys came up with such a good thing, man. And you guys see a lot of artists have success through it, huh?
Yeah, we got an artist right now. He just started in the rollout. He's going nuts. Like Hustle James, he that dude, he's doing his thing. He's already been on back to back. Like every day he's been on different DJ conference calls. He's been on different types of other radio interviews. He's been on all sorts of different stuff. And he just made a post today on his Instagram like, bro, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm going through this. Now, not to mention our global ambassadors.
Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Look at his smile. Look at his smile. Go ahead.
Our first global ambassador is Cujo Goody from the Goody Mob, the pioneers of Southern hip hop.
Hip hop.
Shout out Cujo.
Shout you out, Cujo, man.
He is one of our hip hop global ambassadors. Our other global ambassador that we have on the R&B side is David Tolliver from the group Men at Large, the gentleman that studied under Gerald Levert.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And we got a few more coming. We got a few more coming, but you know, we're pacing ourselves and doing it the right way. We're not rushing anything. We're letting everything do what it's supposed to do.
So I just want to ask, just so curious, how many artists do you guys usually work with a day-to-day basis?
Probably, you know, right now we're working at just me alone. I work with about 10 at a time.
That's amazing.
You know, and I got a team that works with me. All of us have our own teams. All of the founders, we have our own teams. So we're able to work with different artists simultaneously and make sure that things are being done right.
You know what I really like about this company? It shows that you guys are really trying to push the artists heavy, because you guys put the burden on you guys getting the little bit out of it, and knowing that you guys can actually build the artists just with a little bit, because you believe in what you guys do.
Exactly. It ain't about, this is not a money grab for us. This is about building our industry back. Because if we don't, within the next decade or so, we won't have one as far as hip hop's concerned.
So, okay, another question. So when you guys seen the deficit, because when we saw it, I was shocked when I saw the percentage of loop, but I knew it was going to happen, because every time they kept putting an artist out, kept sounding with the same sound, they pushed the artists all the same. Bro, you can't have that. You gotta have a variety of them. You know what I mean? Like different styles and different looks. And what I'm seeing what you guys are doing is you guys are sitting there listening to the sound and not sitting there just putting money on somebody and hoping that it just sticks on the wall.
Exactly. See, the thing about it is that it's about the sound, but it's also about the artist's knowledge. You know, because a lot of artists nowadays don't want to learn. They just want to get on stage and perform. But they don't realize that they're leaving a lot of money on the table. We went into a deficit not just because of the sound and the lack of variety and things of that nature, but also because a lot of artists don't know what they're doing, and their management and their agents and everybody is ripping them off.
You're taking a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of people got a lot of money.
You know, so what happens is that slowly deteriorates the machine. People don't understand. You're making a quick buck, but you're starting to be a problem towards the whole machine. And when you start to have little tidbits here and tidbits there, and all those tidbits across the country, across the industry add up. And now you have it where people don't trust each other at all.
Yo, he's right. You 100% on the ball with that one.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it like crazy, even out here in New York. Dudes, everyone's just nobody's trying to work together, and it's just been just a whole cluster.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be the man, but they don't realize that we need the positions that you already played for us to come and actually get somewhere again.
The system has systematically separated us, not just between a DJ artist thing, but also with the age thing. They made this whole imaginary thing saying that if you are this age, then you shouldn't be rapping. Well, guess what?
See, that is the right thing, because what gets me mad is rockers can rock for the rest of their life. Country singers can do country for the rest of their life. R&B singers can sing for the rest of their life, but rappers have to end by age 25.
Now watch this. When that happens, what do you think's going to happen? You're cutting off the wisdom of that genre. They've already been through the ripoffs and the scams, and they know what to look for. They just have to keep up with the technology. The young people need the old people like the old people need the young people.
We all need to be together.
Because, see, the system knows that if the old people is there, they'll be able to school the young people on what to look out for and what is this and that and that. But if the young people are bonding with the old people, the young people will be able to school the old people on what is relevant today. How can we market through this thing called technology and move the right way today?
Exactly. See, that's something great to hear, because we have to bridge that gap. Because if we don't bridge that gap, the people who are getting the money, making you sign them contracts and making you sign your life away, are going to get more away with it. Exactly. That's why they're doing it. They're doing it because, say you sign I'm just going to throw an example. Somebody signs something for $1 million. Don't think you got to give that back triple? That is called a 10% loan. I always tell everybody that. You sign $1,000, you're gonna have to be giving 10. You sign $4 million, you're gonna have to be giving 40. And nobody understands that, because they want that 10 times more. And then something that independently you can do. It's just crazy, because what you do independently actually costs less than when you go into a major and costs more. Major might get you the more exposure and the more push, but you got to know what you guys go for and what you guys sign.
The only reason that a major can give you more push is because they have more marketing dollars.
Exactly.
Which you can actually accumulate if you know how to market yourself properly and build. You got to be patient and build your empire.
You've been in this for a long time. How long does it usually take for an independent artist to really start getting that core fan base?
About a year.
A year?
About a year and a half of consistent grinding.
Just not stopping.
Non-stop. They got to be at it.
Because I always see Russ, that guy Russ, right? I always see Russ, and I remember him when he didn't, he was just getting on, he was just doing his thing. And just watching the consistently just keep doing music, dropping, running here, doing this. But you guys got to remember something too. If you guys are really seriously in this game, it's a real career. This is your livelihood you're playing with. You're not thinking about a 9 to 5. There's no 9 to 5 in this game. All it is you.
It's not a hobby. It's not a hobby, that's for sure. It's a career. So, but for those that are interested in, signing up or finding out more information about Maverick, you can go to www.maverickglobaldistribution.com. Maverick Global distribution.com. And you'll be able to get everything you need there. And if you have more in depth questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Mr. Come Clean. At Mr. Come Clean.
How'd you get that name?
Come Clean is actually the name of my business, Come Clean Empire. And Come Clean actually stands for creating other methods, empowering children, learning every avenue necessary. And when we're saying empowering children, we're talking about the mindset, not the age.
That is just, this whole conversation just is mind blowing because I had never heard of a distribution company that does everything in the step of an order that it's supposed to be. Honestly, it's supposed to be. And the way that you guys created it, man, toodles to you guys, man. You blow my mind.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because you know what? You guys know what you guys want to see. And how just before we go, how has the company been growing?
Well, we are growing. We're growing pretty doggone fast. Like, especially since we onboarded our global ambassadors. That really helped us. And a lot of the independent artists they're coming. They're coming because word is getting around. We have about close to 130 to 140 talent scouts alone across the country that are out recruiting people every day.
You know what, man? It's been an honor to basically sit here and talk to y'all because I love music to death and I want to see music keep having that liveliness, and you guys are just putting that back.
Thank you.
You guys being the teachers that this industry is missing.
Thank you, brother.
For real, like that to me, artist development was the in 2015 when they took that out. That's when the dip started happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't realize that. And artist development is the best thing because if you don't have anybody to teach you where you're going to go on the ropes, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know, what you're going to do. But thank you so much for being on here, man.
Thank you.
Definitely everybody, like he said, go to that. And definitely shout to everybody out there and everybody that's been listening to us. You guys all have a great night. And thank you guys for watching it. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
I just want to